family would be taken care of for the rest of their lives. Like I'm saying, my wife, my son, my dog. Like the mortgage is paid off, debt is cleared completely. Like they will never have a financial struggle for the rest of their days. I'd be the first guy. I'd be the first guy, and I'd be in there just poof, poof, poof.
Boom, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type I'm on you wouldn't understand.
So as of late, the internet has been in a huge uproar over this 100 men versus one gorilla.
Picture
So
this. 100 men, single gorilla.
I'm giving my perspective. If it was 100 of me, we're dead. We're dead immediately. I think the whole thing has to be like the strongest of strongest men. Like it cannot be the average Joe. Like you have to get some real good strong men. So we're gonna watch this video, 100 men versus one gorilla, bodybuilder perspective. So if we get some gym bros on this, it's easy. Depending.
Gorilla. Who would win? Probably the most controversial topic of 2025.
Yes, it is.
I've given this a lot of thought. So I'm going to tell you from a gym bro perspective, who's going to win. Let's get
listening.
Okay.
Tell me in.
I want you to picture this. A savannah. We've all seen that. Lion King. Visualize this with me. Huge, flat, open piece of land.
Yup.
Grass. One side we have humans, 100 men, average men.
All right. Hold on. Why the black guy gotta be front? Why he gotta go first? It's just unfair. Yo, let the white guy on the left, let him be first, not the black guy. Please, let him at least be number 2. Because the fact that he's gonna have to lead the charge, I'm against it.
On the other side, we have a single silverback gorilla. And they stood there, gazing into each other's eyes from a distance. Intimidation tactics. Staring each other the fuck down. Who's going to win? And men probably going to attack first. They're going to go for the gorilla. Gorilla's going to pick up on the fact that he's...
Wait, time out. Is he donating blood right now? Like, what is that in his arm? You guys see that?
He's under attack. He's going to pick up on their sense of fear. He's going to hone in. And somewhere they're going to come together in the middle of the field. And it's going to be a fucking bloodbath. There's going to be limbs flying. There's going to be blood splattering. But only one person will reign supreme. There'll only be one single winner. And who's that going to be? So first things first. Let's get into the stats. I'm going to break it down. Human stats versus gorilla stats. And create a bit of a clearer picture here as to what we're working with. Now, bear in mind, 100 men. And this is 2025. Okay, so there's a couple of things that we need to consider here. The average person, okay, out of 100 men, we're looking at 60% of those men are overweight or obese, statistically. Okay, the average bench press is 135 to 150 pounds.
I can't do that. I think the most I ever bench was 100. But hey, bro, 135? I won't be there.
Not very much. The grip strength, the average grip strength of these men is 100 pounds. Okay,
mine's like 70.
A bit of a hint here to the gorilla. The grip strength is 1,300 pounds. So already we know.
Oh. But we beat him in stamina though.
Now, gorilla's got us on the grip strength. Average man has 7 hours screen time in his day. Let's talk gorillas.
He's gonna say 0 for the gorilla. Like, why would the gorilla have that much screen time? Side note, my screen time, I got like 3 hours on screen time. Technically, it's more because of me working. I wonder. If it's screen time on my cell phone, I clock in about like 5 hours a day. If it's screen hours on the computer, like because of work, yeah, I'm cooked.
Statistics. Now, I want you to bear in mind, I'm talking an average gorilla. I'm not talking King Kong's level of gorillas. Is your average gorilla 400 pounds.
God damn.
Functional, lean, fast twitch muscle. Bench press estimate, 1,800 to 2,400 pounds.
Oh my God.
2,000 to 5,000 pounds.
We could beat that.
We have a range there.
I can do that.
Bite force, 1,300 PSI.
Easy.
Got some speed, 25 miles an hour. Important note here, instinct to kill when threatened. That's the key. Very important information. So let's look at some scenarios. All right. If we take 100 average men versus a silverback gorilla, no dog pile. There's no strategy here. We've met on the playing field, on the savannah, 100 men, one gorilla, and they attack. So no strategy, because if a human has time to strategize, I'm going to give my friend the gorilla time to strategize. And he's a smart guy, right? He's got a pretty high IQ too. So he's going to come up with a plan, just like our humans are going to come up with a plan. But we're assuming no plan. We're just going to even the playing field here. So they're just going to go at each other. No dog pile. One guy is going to step forward. That guy, someone has to take charge here, right? There's going to be someone that's ballsy. 5% of people that know combat, someone's going to be very ballsy.
You know what? Hear me out. If I were in this situation and I just so happened to be the first guy, if my family would be taken care of for the rest of their lives, like I'm saying, my wife, my son, my dog, like mortgage is paid off, debt is cleared completely. Like they will never have a financial struggle for the rest of their days. I'd be the first guy. I'd be the first guy, and I'd be in there just whoo, whoo, whoo. I know my punch ain't gonna do nothing, but I'm hitting him with a straight fucking punch, bro. Like, I'm making sure that I leave like an impact. And I know he's gonna leave me as an impact on the ground, bro. Like, there's gonna be impact frames the way he's gonna just hit me, bro. He gonna hit me harder than Conquest hit Oliver. Like, bro, it'll be over for me. But and my family's taken care of, and I mean, like, matter of fact, I'm gonna even increase that. My entire family, like my son, my wife, my dog, my mom, my dad, my sisters. I'll be number one. No issue.
He's going to run up to the gorilla. He's going to take the first swing. This guy is going to get absolutely skull fucked into a tree. That's going to be very gruesome. And this is going to drive fear into our other men. Some are going to stand there, some are going to freeze up, and some are going to flee. All right? So we're not going to be left with...
Not me. You give me the incentive? I'm in there, bro. I'm in there. He would hit me with a whack. Like, yo, you gotta just dodge, bro. Like, yo, what you mean? He went down on him and he got scoped. Bro, that wouldn't be me, bro. That wouldn't be me. I'm not that guy. I'm better.
Too many more. Now, I found this video. Let's use this as reference. Visual example of what we can anticipate is going to happen.
I'm gonna have to
take
like
this
that.
into consideration. Majority of these men have never taken a hit or delivered a punch. All right, we've got no combat experience, minimal combat experience, minimal coordination, so we're going to have absolute max destruction. Okay, so scenario one, odds of winning, and this is according to ChatGPT, 10 to 15%.
That's all we need.
Unlikely. Scenario one, gorilla wins. Scenario two. Now, bear in mind, I've taken some of this information from my comment section. So we have to take a very important factor into this, and that is the fact that these men are allowed to oil up. Right there, these men have had...
What the fuck? Wait, when did Diddy? What? When did Diddy join the chat? Bro, where did baby oil come from? Side note, sidebar. If this is like real, like literal life and death situation, I'm cheating. I'm cheating my ass off. Like, the moment I saw someone else go down, those bones are now a weapon for me. I'm taking somebody else's rib cage. I'm just like, yo, if you ever seen Weak Hero on Netflix, yo, I'm stabbing up that gorilla easily, bro.
Time to coordinate, and the best coordination that came up in terms of bare hand contact is that they're going to rub oil all over themselves. I mean, this could be motor oil, this could be cooking oil. I mean, they could even use butter. I don't care, but they're going to get lathered in some form of oil, and they're going to run at this gorilla. Okay, everyone's oiled up. It's fair.
What the hell?
Let's even assume the gorilla's oiled up. Now,
wouldn't that make it bad for everybody else?
I want you to picture Turkish oil wrestling. Okay, but
why?
It's going to be a slippery mess.
Why is his hand in his pants?
The cons, okay? Harder to fight and harder to hold down. The pros are that they're harder to grab. So those slithery little men, they're just going to slip through, and he's not going to be able to get that 1,000 pounds of grip force. He's just going to slip throughout these hands. So I think our men have got an advantage here. However, I think the verdict is that there's going to be minimum difference. Still, someone is he's going to take that 1,300 psi bite force. He's going to bite someone through their skull, and people are going to start running. There's going to be fear. There's going to be panic. And I think in this scenario, considering they get oiled up, still 10% likeliness that men will win. So very low.
Okay,
So,
that's fair. That's fair.
Oiled up, not very good. Doesn't end very well for men. Oiling up never really does. So don't do it. All right, so I have assembled the Avenger squad of bodybuilders, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna run through. This is the list that I came up with, all right? In his prime, Ronnie Coleman. In his prime, Jay Cutler, Eddie Hall, Thor, Brian Shaw, Larry
Brian Shaw is all you really need. If you get 100 Brian Shaws, over.
Wheels. I mean, we're talking brute strength here. John Jones.
Okay.
Add Johnny in the mix there. Brock Lesnar. Now,
Let's go, Brock Lesnar.
By 10. Okay, so that's 8 men. So that gives us 80. We've got 10 of each and some extras. They're like the pawn, right? We'll throw the pawns in the front. They'll feed the gorilla at first. And then comes in our 80 Avengers. Not looking good for the gorilla. All right. So picture this. Eddie Hall comes out, Speedo. Now, this is confusing for the gorilla. He doesn't know what's going on. And he's distracted by Eddie Hall. From behind him, Thor. I mean, Thor's like fucking 8 foot, right? And Thor just sucker punches him in the back of the head. He's a little bit disoriented. All right. And Jay Cutler comes there, quad stomp. 10 of them. Fucking ground is shaking. Now, he's got some turbulence, some imbalances. All right, Ronnie Coleman. What does Ronnie do? Ronnie Coleman lays on his back and gives him the most powerful leg press into his jaw. KO. Now, I realize I've probably given away one of the best.
That was a dub for humanity. Hit him in the jaw. That's all you. KO.
Best scripts for the next Avengers movie. So you guys out there, all right, Mr. Beast, Netflix, HBO. Yeah, I know you're watching this. So just pay over the royalties and we're cool, right? I got a lot more stories where that one came from. But, I mean, 95% likeliness that a bodybuilder team of Avengers is going to absolutely level this gorilla. Not looking good for the gorilla. Let's put another scenario here, because it's only fair. We've assembled the Avengers, right, for men. So why don't we assemble the Avengers for the gorilla? I think that's only fair. And
No, it's not fair, it's not fair. Please don't.
To do that, let's be frank, who we calling in? No one other than King Kong. So you take your 80 Hall X Jay Cutler Prime, okay, with a couple of extras in the front. We'll sprinkle in some extras. Take that, but now you're up against King Kong, right? Who's winning?
King Kong, bro.
I don't care what scenario you come out with me. Avengers Bodybuilder Squad versus King Kong. King Kong is winning. So gorilla wins once again. Okay, next scenario. Now here's where it gets a little bit interesting. Chuck Norris. I'm talking in his prime, right? Between 70s and 80s.
The video's over from there. There's no way that Chuck Norris could lose, bro. Chuck Norris is so strong that once he was able to kick a new universe into existence, Chuck Norris is so strong that he can create a whole new language with just his fist alone. There is no way Chuck Norris is losing this fight.
Chuck Norris. I mean, this guy will give one fucking roundhouse kick to the gorilla's jaw, and that's him. Done for.
Exactly.
So, yeah, if we go by meme logic, right? Infinite strength, Chuck Norris, KO. I mean, I'm going to call this match in 3 seconds. If we go by real logic, okay, Chuck is going to get crushed, but we don't talk about that. That's information that we leave out. All right, then we have another scenario, but scenario number 4, in terms of our summary, bringing King Kong, all right, and it just goes to shit. Because there comes King Kong, man is probably going to be like, hey, Godzilla, where you at? And it's just a whole nother bunch of shit happens from there. So we're going to try and avoid that scenario. But there's a scenario that I don't think of, and that's the one of myself versus the silverback gorilla. And it's not 100 of me, it's only one of me. So I'm actually going to ask ChatGPT. I'm going to let you guys know what chat says. All right, chat. So picture this. Instead of all these scenarios, myself, Noel Dazel, take into consideration the fact that I've had surgery, but I'm going to connect with this gorilla on an emotional level, right? I'm going to look at the trauma. I'm going to take a lot into consideration.
Is he about to talk no jutsu a gorilla? Like how, what is he going to tell the gorilla like, yo, hey man, say man, you my guy, I'm your guy. Let bygone be bygones and let's squash this beef. Like, yo, bro, you're gonna die. You're gonna lose this one, bro. Especially because he's after surgery.
About his circumstances, about his upbringing. Probably grew up with no father. Like, I get that. I'm going to tap into him. I'm going to try and understand where it's coming from. I'm going to help fix his diet, right? What is the likeliness? Who's going to win? I want you to give me the best outcome of the scenario.
All right, let's dive into this heart-to-heart scenario. By connecting on an emotional level and addressing the gorilla's trauma and needs, you're basically creating a scenario where the gorilla isn't an opponent anymore. It becomes a partner. If you help the gorilla with its diet, give it some stability, and show it compassion, you're basically building a bond. Likelihood of a fight, super low. You've turned a confrontation into a mutual respect situation. Winner? Everyone. You've shown that strength isn't just about muscles, it's also about empathy and understanding.
Talk no jutsu actually worked. It actually worked. Smart.
In this scenario, the best outcome is a powerful message. Sometimes the real victory is in understanding and healing, not fighting.
I still think the 100 bodybuilders, scratch that. You get 100 crackheads? 100 crackheads? Promise them unlimited supply of coke or crack? I think it's the same thing. They taking it. Alright, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.